Before there was a kingdom, a temple, a law. Before Moses raised the staff or the walls of Jericho fell, there was a voice in the darkness saying, "Let there be light." Genesis did not just show me where the world began. It showed me where our struggle began, where faith began, where promises began, and how God can build a future from people who keep falling apart. Yeah, I watched God speak in emptiness, obey him. Light split the darkness before a sun was created. Waters found borders, the dry ground awakened, then light filled the earth exactly how he had shaped it. He formed us in his image, gave the garden and breath, gave freedom with a warning, but we still reached for death. The serpent sold a question, pride swallowed the lie, and innocence was lost with one bite of why. But what struck me the hardest when the hiding began, God already knew the answer when he asked, "Where are you, man?" That sounded like a father calling children from shame. Judgment came, but even then he still covered their pain. So I learned every choice leaves a mark on the ground. Sin will promise you a throne and start chaining you down. Still, failure was not stronger than the plan God had made. Even outside of Eden, he kept making the way.
Genesis taught me every ending can begin. God can plant a promise in a world consumed by sin.
He can find faith in the desert, bring a nation from one, turn a prisoner to a ruler when his timing has come.
He taught me blood makes a family, but faith makes a stand.
We may never see the whole thing,
Still we walk by his hand.
from the dust to the stars, every page made it clear. God was working through the weakness, through the weight, and through the fear. Yeah, Cain showed me jealousy grows if you leave it unfought. That God warned him at the doorway before murder became thought. Abel's blood cried out, no hidden violence stays mute. In a heart that will not master sin will finally bear its fruit. Generations filled the earth, but corruption filled it too. Then Noah built salvation while the crowd mocked what he knew. He obeyed before the rain falls from the hammer without proof. Faith was every wooden board and perseverance was the roof. The flood taught me evil matters, God will judge what we choose. But the rainbow taught me mercy still has colors after ruin. And Babel wicks for heaven, just to glorify your name. They were united without God, so their pride became their chain. I learned progress is not holy just because the tower climbs, and the tallest human vision cannot overrule divine. We keep building monuments so everybody knows our worth. God keeps looking for obedience from the people of the earth. Yeah, then Abram heard go without a map in his hand, left the comfort of the known for a God promised land. He had moments full of courage, moments tangled up in fear, yet the promise did not vanish every time the man veered. He looked up at the heavens when no child filled his home. God said, "Count them if you can." Faith believed before it saw. Sarah laughed because the weight it made impossible seemed true. But God does not need our clock to do what he said he would do. Hagar taught me God sees people pushed away and overlooked. Sodom showed me rocky spread when every warning is refused. Lot's wife made me question what my heart keeps looking toward, while Abraham on Moriah showed surrender to the Lord. Isaac carried up the wood, but a ram took his place. I saw judgment meet provision and obedience meet grace. Abraham was never perfect, that is why his story lands. Faith is not a flawless person, it is trust in flawless hands. Joseph wore his father's favor and his brothers wore resentment. Dreams can make the hateful hate you long before their fulfillment. They threw him in a pit, sold his future for some silver, took his coat back to their father stained in blood to sell the picture. Then Potiphar saw blessing, but temptation entered in. Joseph lost his place for choosing not to compromise with sin. He was punished for his honor, left forgotten in a cell. But the presence of the Lord can turn a prison into preparation. He read dream for 2 men, one went free and let him fade. But forgotten does not mean that God has thrown your name away. When the famine reached the palace, Joseph rose in one day from a chain around his body to commanding Egypt's grain. What his brothers meant for evil, God redirected for good. Joseph fed the ones who broke him when revenge said that it could. That is strength beyond the throne, beyond the title or applause. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is freedom from the cost. Jacob's road reminded me that schemes return, families fracture, and wrestling with God can leave a blessing and a limp. A changed name proves God can transform the one who refuses to let go when hope is low. That's what I took from this book. What did you take?